This is my second software recipe. I'm going to show you another thing you can do in Visual Studio 2010, and that's add a second or third or fourth or fifth project, as many as you like, into a single solution. This is quite useful if you are creating a program which will work on both the Windows and the web, and maybe even a mobile phone, and you want to keep all your different program copies together in one single solution so you can access each of them. So this is the process in this case for creating a new item. So I'm going to add a new project. I'm going to create another Windows form rather than anything else, and as you can see the solution doesn't appear underneath because it's being added to the current solution. And this one I'm going to call Test Project 2. Make sure that any of your names don't start with a number because the programming language doesn't like starting anything with a number. And also remember not to put any spaces in amongst your name. Click OK, and your second project now loads up. Now, at the moment, if I hit the play button, as you'll see, instead of playing this new project that I've created, which is just a blank form, it actually still creates my Hello World. That's because this is still listed as the default project. So to change it over, I right click on where it says Test Project 2, and I change it to Set a Startup Project. Now when I run this program, it will run my second project instead. Now the last thing I'm going to show you on this video, rather than just show you how to add a new project, is some variable initialisation. If you put in variables just after where it says public partial class form 1, so it's within the curly brackets of the form, or braces, rather than within a piece of code, these become global variables. I can create an integer, for example, and then I can use it in any piece of code within this form. If I wanted to create an integer array, with 10 items in, I can do that as well. Assigning variables is quite simple really. You just put an equal sign and then what you want to assign it as. And you can assign variables either to a literal value, such as 0 for the counter, or you could do it as a part of an equation, counter equals counter 1 plus counter 2, or you can have it set to another variable, so counter could equal a different variable that was set somewhere else, for example. The other thing that's quite important in code is these set of usings at the top. Sometimes you might be needed to add to this in order to get certain things to work. In the next video we're going to use system.io, so I want you to put that in now. This will allow us to do input and output to the file system, such as writing a text file and reading in another text file.